Now that we have our bread, now we're going to do peanut butter. I love making my own peanut butter. My kids love homemade peanut butter. And it is far healthier than the stuff you're going to find on the shelf. You would not believe how easy it is. Literally 3 ingredients. Peanuts. Get cocktail peanuts or party peanuts, but make sure it's just nuts and sea salt and none of the extra little ingredients, or that will affect the texture of your peanut butter. Just get your peanuts into your food processor. Put your lid on good and secure. Now, this is going to be one of the noisiest things you're going to do in the kitchen, and it's definitely one of the easiest. Put this thing on puree and let it go for a while. Now you can turn it off for a second to add a little bit of honey and a little bit of oil. You don't need anything but a little bit of honey. And if you don't like it sweet, don't even bother to put the honey in there. But I like the honey in there. And a little bit of raw honey. It's actually pretty healthy for you. Back on before I add the oil. Come on, there we go. Towards the end, you want to turn it off every once in a while and check the consistency Now come on in here for a second. You want it to look a little looser than you would expect peanut butter to be. But you can see that it's really nice and loose at this point. This is exactly how you want it. You want it a little bit oily and a little bit too loose. Because after you put it in the jar, it's going to set a little bit. And you don't want it to be too hard to spread. So, you get yourself a little jar. Want your blade. You don't want to waste any of it. I guarantee you it's going to disappear, and you'll be making this every couple of days. That's good, healthy protein right there. Good way to get your kids to eat an apple. You just start scraping it out. Putting it into the jar a little bit at a time. You spill a little or whatever, you know, it's not an exact science. That's why you want to make sure that the jar's got a good wide mouth to it. It's done. Putting this stuff into the jar without making a ridiculous mess is a learned skill. Just don't sweat it in practice. Okay, and there you go. Seal it up. Give it a little taste for the cake. Perfect. And then you got yourself some homemade peanut butter.